saying that on there.
Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
Well, welcome again, folks. Yeah, g'day. Frank, how are you, mate?
I'm good,
so,
mate.
Did a good feedback about last night's show, Frank, and it's just bringing to light with everything else that's going on now, just how much Australia is in the thick of this thing, mate, and how much we were involved with the Epstein files, you know, with Rudd, with all these different, like, so-called leaders of our country being involved in this bullshit, mate. And, yeah, really looking forward to part 2 tonight of a Shane story, number 43. Number 43. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. And, you know, when people realise that we're pretty much the stomping ground for the CIA and all the shenanigans, you know, with the MK Ultra programs and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? And
remember the Nugan Hand Bank, Frank? Remember that? They just set up heroin through the CIA.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I know. You can't make it up, Dave. I'm afraid you can't make it up. But you know, I just want to reiterate with last night, you know, when people saw the files on the table, I just want to show you that the files, when we said there's more, we have 6 volumes of these, and there's 1, and there is 2, Dave.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Okay, there's 6 of these, mate. So when they said
a lot of evidence there, Frank,
there is a stack of evidence. And so I just wanted to sort of highlight that from, you know, last night's episode and, you know, sort of just bring a bit more light as to, we weren't just, you know, scrounging a few papers. We're going through quite a few papers. Yeah, I think what we'll do, Dave, mate, we'll probably just take it from here and we'll come back in the end and have a big discussion on it.
No worries, bud. All right, let it rip. Okay.
All right, brother.
See you at the end of the part 2, folks.
So we finally made it.
We're finding it here at Warrington Park, yes.
Yeah. And
this is the first house. This is Dun Heaven.
Just explain what this building's all about, Shane.
Well, this is a boys' home where they house 100 and something boys.
120 apparently.
Yeah.
So what were your recollections of Warrington? And I want you to be brutally honest. I don't want you to
I
hold
hated
back.
it. I actually hated it. I hated the people that were in it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me. It was just brutal, absolutely bad.
Yeah, and let's face it, you're 7 years of age. I mean, people just need to grasp that. I mean, you're a child, mate.
So you're trapped.
Yeah.
In an awkward situation, a horrible situation of rape, assaults, bashings.
Yeah.
Made the slave work. I mean, if that happened today, there'd be an outcry.
Yeah,
the public would be up in arms.
So if we go back to the slavery, what kind of day did that entail?
You know, sweep the floor, polish the floor.
Yeah.
Make sure the toilet's clean, come down, you know, then have your breakfast, then go on. They'll find something for you to do. There's always something. Do this, do that, whatever they found you to do, you got to do.
So after breakfast,
mow the lawns, do the gardens, whatever they wanted you to do.
And that was every day of the week.
Every day, 7 days a week. It was like a monopoly.
Yeah. Was there a lot of victimization in terms of, you know?
Oh yeah.
A lot of abuse during that period in time.
Yeah. There was a lot, you know, not just here, all over. You know, here, Dunhaven, Coley, Warrington Park, you know, whatever, you know, the whole lot. If it wasn't from one home, it's to another home, you know.
So it'd be fair to say that you never got a peaceful night's rest in your entire life at the time that you spent in these institutions at all.
I don't think any child did.
No.
I don't think, to be fair, I don't think any child, how could you possibly get a night's sleep?
Because you're always looking over your shoulder, aren't you?
Well, you are.
So this was more or less a prison. Now, did they ever...
No. This was salute. These homes were not just a walk in the park. They were like Hitler. Right? The only thing they forgot to do with us was shoot us so we couldn't tell our story and let people know the truth of what was really going on. Well, the mere fact that no member of the public can see the files from archives for 99 years. What does that say?
That's exactly right.
So what are they hiding? Didn't you go and look up archives?
No, I did. And it says the records about state wards. Now, you're still considered to be a state ward.
That's right.
Right?
At the government's monopoly.
Yeah, the Territory Government's Department. These records are generally closed to the public access for 99 years.
99 years. So no member of the public get any information about what went on in the boys' home except for what the media will tell you or what the government will tell you, and they'll play it down. A nice song and dance, and they'll dance it down.
Yeah.
But if you, later on, the next 99 years, you might be able to look at a file. Only if they release it. The mere fact that 99 years, that tells you that they're hiding something.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, with drugs, sexual abuse of children, bashings, assaults.
You know what they're saying about this main building? It was originally called the Frogmore.
Well, it was, yes.
So it was dated in 1806 by Governor Bligh's daughter and was named Warrington Park in 1935.
That tells you plenty.
It does.
What does that say? Bligh. What does that say? That's a name in itself.
Exactly right.
And look over here. You went over to the other side of the building. What did you see? What was the name of the church?
Hillsong.
Right. But Hillsong was mentioned in the Royal Commission.
It was, wasn't it?
But they've still got the church here. They've set it up.
Right across the road. Right across the road.
They don't miss a trick.
No, they don't, do they? So according to the...
Not only are they rubbing it in to the kids that were here, they're rubbing it in further. We've just had a Royal Commission, by the way.
Yeah.
But the question is, why are they here? They were mentioned in the Royal Commission. Frank was mentioned, wasn't he?
He was.
Not only was he mentioned, the question is, why wasn't the Director Generals of around Australia of DOCS or Department of Youth and Community Services or Community Services put on the stand to testify about all the abuse that took over in the last 50 years? Why were they exempt? That's a question you've got to ask.
Yeah.
Hillsong just across the road.
Yep.
You've got Bligh there.
That's right.
You've got, DOCS not being able to be called to the stand. Not around Australia, not one Director General.
You know
what does that say? What picture does that give you? Mind you, these kids have been through hell and back.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they've been through hell. Raped, assaulted, bashed, slaved,
Killed.
you know, you name it. Doesn't this put a picture for you? Bly, Hillsong, 99 years. Sonic. What does this say to you? All the drugging of the children. Mention some of them drugs if we could.
Well, there was tryptanol that was used. Now,
Melrol, Largactil.
Yeah.
They were to silence the kids.
That's right.
So they didn't have to jump up and down.
Yeah.
And if they're mentally retarded, it's because of Melrol. Melrol was sued in America for serious problems to the brain.
Had massive adverse events,
and had massive disadvantage to the children. You know, when they remove children today, one of the things they get them to do is do a psychological test and an assessment by a psychiatrist or But did you know that they were paid in the 90s $1,000 per session? Right? What does that say? This is all church across the road here, Bly there, all this, right?
It's the entire establishment. Exactly.
You know, to keep it 99 years, all to keep it nice and around the circle. Right? $1,000 they used to get in the 90s per report.
Wow.
Right? Just to talk to the clients.
Yeah.
Then $10,000 for the file to be handed to docs. Per person. They still got that game going today.
They do.
And that's how they remove the children.
That's exactly right.
From parents.
So the reality is...
and that most of them are removed. Let me wait. Let me tell you. Most of them are removed because they're either on some sort of drugs.
Yeah.
Or they've been in jail or whatever, even though they've done their time. Or, you know, they've relapsed on drugs.
Yeah.
And, you know, but that doesn't, there's no difference to what they're doing here.
No.
To what they've done to all the kids that were in care.
Yeah.
There's no difference whatsoever. Where's the difference? Please tell me.
There is none. Right?
Largactil, tryptanol, Melrol.
Yep.
Segretol, Tegretol. I mean, these are huge.
They're massively, and they're psychotic drugs. That's the thing. Like, there's no way in the world a child's going to be able to draw a freaking triangle while they're out there.
People out there have no idea what the victims, all they're wanting is a review.
Yeah.
Wait there, it even gets worse. The payments that were made to the victims were less than $500,000 for a 20 to 30 year period of, you know, serious abuse. We're not talking just a walk in the park, you know, and slapping somebody. We're talking serious abuse over a 20, 30 year period. Now, surely that's worth more than 600,000, 500,000. But, you know, Chris Minns, here's something for you to know. I wrote to Chris Minns, and so did the solicitors, and so did other forms of other solicitors. I won't mention who they were. And Chris Minns just totally ignored it. You know, it took months to get him to write a reply just for me. And it took months for him to reply again in that circle. So, I mean, next election, you people want to start thinking.
Yeah, don't they what?
Right? I mean, this is all a big circle.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking sexual abuse, assaults, rapes.
Yep. Murder.
Fucking murder, drugging children up.
Yep.
This is serious shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my expression.
But don't excuse it.
But this is not a game.
No.
These are people's lives. Children can never get back their adolescence. They can never get back their childhood. That's gone. Fuck this government.
Yep.
Just recently, you know, in each state, there are officers that were charged, as you know.
Yeah.
Darry, Mittagong, Wellington Park, fucking you name it. They've all been charged. You go to South Australia.
Oh,
there was
another
cesspool of abuse of children in care.
Yep.
Right? What does that say? It's a monopoly. And, you know, there are more kids in homes. Would you believe there's more kids in homes than what's there is in jail, than adult prisons? Did you know that?
Yep.
There are more. You'd think that there'd be more people in jail, in adult prisons, than what they are in the adolescents, but they're not. Juvenile justice is all full around Australia. Why is that? Every child that was here lost their childhood, lost their adolescence. They've lost their innocence. But you, the public out there, wouldn't know about this because, docs keeps you, the government of the days here, the Minns government, the Labor Party, the Liberal Party, they're all one government. And don't think that they're not. You people are stupid voting Labor, Liberal, Labor, Liberal, Liberal, Labor. What the fuck's that all about?
Yeah, tell me about it. What is it?
What is this a satanic shit?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, seriously, you people want to wake up. Oh, we're going to fight over Labor. We're going to fight over Liberal. I mean, seriously, think about what the victims have gone through. It's not just here. There are
everywhere around the world.
Even in mental, there was a report some years ago, if you remember, when that woman fell over and died.
That's right.
In one of the institutions in New South Wales.
Yeah.
I mean, and she was in a mental health to get help, but she died. What does that say?
We've got police tasering 96-year-old women.
And of course, we got, little old ladies at 96 years of old getting fucking tasered by growing up adult mongrel coppers.
Yeah,
tasering them.
With a butter knife in a freaking hand,
A butter knife. I mean, she's 99 fuck me.
I know.
What does this say? All this shit has got to stop.
Yeah.
And you probably have to wake up and start listening and start fucking standing up and stopping this abuse, and by yelling at governments and your ministers, contact them, tell them this is wrong. By sitting there and folding your arms and say, oh, well, nothing we can do. Yeah, well, that's not going to get the answer.
Yeah.
That's not going to help those victims.
It's interesting how you say that, Shane. I talk about this.
I mean, on Monday, you attend Maggie's.
Yeah.
Well, why do you attend Maggie's every Monday? Tell them why.
The reason why I go to Maggie's is to defend the likes of Shane. Because there's no way in the world I could sit on my ass and pretend that none of this ever existed. It's
I can tell you, I'm furious that I lost the childhood. I can't get that back.
No.
But you have had mums and dads and aunties and grandmas and all that. You're lucky. What about those 99,000 children who have gone through what I've gone through and don't have anybody to support? What about them?
And you know what? How do you heal from it?
You don't. I still see a psychologist. One that's already been paid compliments of the government. Right? I mean, it does nothing for me because you can't wipe that shit away. Oh, you got to get on with your life. You got to do that. Fuck off. How can you? How is that possible? I mean, you people have got to wake up and start saying, get out there. Make a noise. You've got politicians. It's only a phone call away. If you don't do it, then you'll let them do anything.
I mean, we pay for their electoral offices. They're in
those electoral offices, let me tell you, belong to you, the public. So they can't say, oh, don't come on here, because that's not true.
No.
You are the taxpayers. You are paying for this shit.
Yeah. But I honestly thought that this country had more guts in it.
Well, I thought Australia had more,
really
gumption.
I thought we would do everything in our favour to protect our children.
Well, it seems they don't.
They don't.
I mean, we're at a property now where abuse went on for 30, 40, 50 years. See, we were their slaves. We were there. We belonged to them. What the hell are we going to do if we're only kids?
Yeah.
What can we do to protect? What can any child do? And you've got big governments, corporations telling the public, we look after our kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we take more kids today.
Yeah.
There are more adolescents in homes than people in jail. Add it up. Check it out. If you really want to know, and if you really, really want to support the children, you'll stand up and talk to your MP and ask for a review into the payments made to those victims of child abuse. And I mean, the Royal Commission said there was supposed to be $250,000 for redress.
Yeah.
Oh, no. the government back then said, no, we'll take that back to 150. Right? But we'll give a certain member of parliament staff $4 million for an apparent night of abuse. But we won't give the correct abuse apology or the correct amount of payment made to those said children.
Yeah.
What does that say? There it is there in the headlines.
Yeah.
We make a payment to a lady who apparently has been abused, $4 million, including her lawyer's cost. But we don't put the effort into the children. What does that say?
It smells corruption.
I'm furious because the public sit there
and do nothing.
I'm furious because the government has taken away my rights. And I'm absolutely furious because they took away a childhood, absolutely destroyed it. We never saw what any other normal child gets today. They arrested the superintendent of Darrick, right? They should have arrested this bloke, the superintendent of Warrington Park, Jack Hassett.
Yeah.
Because he was responsible for all the abuse.
That's right.
But he closed his eyes.
They turned their eyes shut, mate. That's exactly what
allowed kids to go out. Allowed kids to participate in abuse. What does this say? Would you allow your kids to go into a home today?
No.
Knowing that? Would you allow that? There's a place just down the road here. Cobham. Down the hill. We'll take you to that and show you. Now that's overpacked with kids in there. I wonder what sort of abuse is in there. I hope none. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
No. Until we stand
until the public decide to stand up and say, hey, this is wrong.
Yeah.
We all jumped up and down when the Royal Commission was there.
Yeah.
And when we were mortified and horrified and blah, blah, blah. But we did nothing.
No one did nothing with it. No.
We didn't ask the right questions like, where was the Director General of the states, of the community services or DOCS or welfare or whatever you like to call them around Australia?
Yeah.
Why weren't they put on the stand? Why were they exempt? Why was that? But they went after the Catholic Church.
Well, that's...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They went after the Salvation Army. They went after the... what was the name of that priest they went after in Melbourne?
Oh, it was Pell.
Yeah, Pell. They went after all the churches, all the social welfare organisations, the Red Cross, the whole lot, and they were all deemed to be abusing children. That is correct. But they failed to address their own issues.
Yeah.
And why was that? Because if we take it off the state and blame the others, the public are not watching.
No,
they're not paying attention to the abuse that really took place in the homes, and that's what yous have done. Yous have allowed docs to walk away without answers.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Minns, shame on you.
Yeah. And the thing is with that as well, and I know exactly what
changeover.
Yeah. But the thing with that, Shane, is that the reason the church had already had a track record, so it's easy to palm
we
the
know
information.
That, but
exactly.
But my thing is this: is that they deliberately sidetracked it, that nobody would pay attention. That we haven't put on the stand the heads of the Director Generals of the states around Australia,
smoke and mirrors
of the Director Generals to answer questions of the serious abuse and deaths of children in care. Why was that? But we jumped the fence and we went looking at all the organisations and churches. I mean, I wrote to the Attorney General federally.
Well, they already told Senator Heffernan what they thought.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Senator Heffernan had it right, right there. He was right on the mark. He was right on the money. How come we don't hear from him anymore?
Because he was the only one who had the guts to stand there. There's 8 chairs in that Senate inquiry.
Yeah.
And one man sat in it and the rest of them didn't do nothing.
but that's okay according to the public.
Yeah.
We don't jump up and down about that, but we do jump up and down about,
40%, 47% hike in your rate.
rates or your power bills or your whatever. I would have thought, you jumped up and down when, kids were murdered or, bashed or, oh, it's horrible, blah, blah, blah. You've made plenty of comments on Facebook.
Yeah, Gaza.
But you never, and you went after Gaza, and so you should have, for Palestine children being murdered, and women being murdered by Israel. And so you should have. But when it came to our own backyard, oh no, we can't do that.
No.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Something's not right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you need a break, mate?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, wait. That's it?
Yeah.
Cut it?
Yeah.
Stop?
Yeah. Well done, brother.
Wow, that was powerful.
Well fucking done.
Well done. Oof.
That should be good to go for a drive around here and have a really good look at this property.
Well, I think he wants to...
As he leaves.
Yeah.
We'll get him a coffee.
Yeah, I think he's had enough. Like there's not a lot of trees. Oh, there's the palm trees.
Are they here? Oh, yeah, they are too. Look, there they are.
Oh, up near the house.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That means it's all Freemasonry.
Yeah, it's all Freemasonry bush. Ah, that must be where the dairy shed was down there. Right, so we were going to get out and take pics of this.
This is Warrington Park House.
Oh, right. Okay.
Where we stayed at the boys' home.
Oh, right.
Look all here, look here. It tells you. McLaughlin, Harley, Turner, Sutherland, Williams. It tells you the names. Child Welfare Department, and of course 1990 Western Service University. Mary Putton, Lady O'Connor, Hockey.
Similar names, eh?
Look at this. Phil Hayden.
Oh, right. Yep.
Opened it up for the university.
Mm-hmm.
This was nice.
So this is the Department of Child Welfare and Social Workers home opened up by the Honourable Hawkins MLA. Yeah, anyone with a HON, we know that they paid homage. Minister for Child Welfare and Social Welfare on the 5th of December 1959. Farmer. E.H. Farmer. Hicks. I wonder if he's related to David Farmer.
Good chance.
Good chance, yeah.
No, that's not Cobham.
No, what's this one doing?
They're all homes.
No, down there.
That's not Cobham there.
Yeah, that's what I'm pointing to.
Look at it. They've put a big fence around it. These are private homes. I can't believe it.
New
We used to
estate.
walk down here. This was all Warrington Park property.
There's still got roos everywhere though here, man.
Yeah.
Look at them all.
They used to have cows here too.
Yeah?
Another
Yeah.
wall.
So what they got there, a boys' home there now,
That's
is it?
Cobham.
Yeah, that's Cobham.
Right.
That's what I said to you when we came in.
Yeah.
On the right, I said, it looks like a massive jail.
It is. So it's boys' jail.
It's juvenile, obviously.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be bedrooms up there.
Is that right?
Where she's walking.
It's all furniture and tables. And
Yeah.
oh, they've got the code safe checking zone.
Oh, yeah.
People have been here.
Tell him the film.
Yeah. Go again.
Right, this place is a mess. I want you, look at all this weeds and everything. I want you to clean it up. This garden's a problem. Get down there and start digging. With your hands, go on.
Yeah.
Mow the lawns. There you go.
someone left their t-shirt. Come look in here, Frank. It's kind of like they've got COVID signs everywhere.
This must have been, you know what? This could have been a COVID centre.
Well, look at all the labels on the dresses over there. They've got winning teams up on the wall here. There's like a notice board.
So maybe this could have been an isolation centre for people coming back with COVID.
Possibly, but it looks like it's been empty for ages.
Yeah.
I want to read some notes out here to give you a bit of a history and an understanding of what Warrington Park was really all about. Okay, so and as you can see, funny enough, you know, they've got their COVID sign entries in here. So who knows what the house was used for in the last couple of years. It seems quite derelict right now. There doesn't seem much activity around here at the moment. But I must admit that this is quite a real eerie kind of place. There's just something that just doesn't feel right. Mind you, there's some kangaroos under the trees there, which looks quite surreal. Warrington Park is established in Warrington near St Mary's, right where we are right now, by the Child Welfare Department in 1954. It was originally a home for the boys that defined and intellectually disabled and taught farming basic life skills. Starting with 12 boys, the home held 120, and by 1970 and 78, Cobham Children's Court and Remand Centre was built on the corner of this estate, pretty much where we are right now. Where Taldry closed in 1980, the boys were sent to Warrington Park. Warrington Park had closed in 1988, which, as anyone knows, was our bicentenary year. So for me, that kind of seems when the time when our funding had stopped to looking after the welfare of our children. But they did nothing but as far as looking after our children. As you'll know, the horrendous crimes that were done on this property are second to none. And it's now part of the Sydney University of Western Sydney. The main building, originally called Frogmore, dates from 1806 and was built by Governor Bligh's daughter. It was named at Warrington Park in 1935 and acquired by Child Welfare Department in 1954. According to the annual reports, the Child Welfare Department in 1962 and 3 added to the original building. So there's obviously more extensions that have done to previous buildings here. There were 2 new cottages and dormitories buildings opening Warrington Park, the Coley and then Dunhevet, each accommodating 30 boys. By 1966, there were 4 cottages holding a total of 96 boys. Each was run by a married couple with a superintendent in charge of the overall home. There was an on-site school with a school for the older boys having training in some semi-rural activities and others engaging in sheltered workshop work. A separate residence at Claremont was also added. But we can tell you now that the work was pretty much child labour because a lot of these kids were children in the age of, 7 and under and possibly even up to early teen as well. In 1964, the Child Welfare Department of Annual Report described the home as caring for 120 retarded boys aged from 10 and 18. Warrington Park had substantial sheltered workshops for older boys. By 1976, according to the Youth Community Service, the Department of Annual Report, and the 4 cottages housed children from the ages of 10 and up. The site became part of the lands allocated in New South Wales government for the development of the University of Western Sydney. So Warrington Park had closed as a child welfare institution in 1998. Now, you've got to understand that the state did take care of these children and eventually that the funding had actually disappeared. So a lot of these kids literally ended up on the streets of Sydney afterwards. So the term state ward and the ward state were legal terms used to describe a child under the guardianship of the state territory, child welfare and authorities. Generally, a child was made a ward of the state following proceedings in the children's court. Child welfare authorities had considerable power over the children who were made wards of the state. For example, the West Australian Child Welfare Act in 1947, Section 10.1, gave the Secretary of the Department of Child Welfare, subject to the regulations and directions of the Minister,
the care management and control of the persons and property are now of the wards. So they became literally properties of the ward to be able to do whatever they wanted to do. Hand them over to predators, sexual abuse, drug them up with all sorts of drugs, right? Didn't matter. A child also could be made wards of the state, now listen to this, because of disability. So if your child had some problems, the state could pick it up and do whatever he wanted with it. And had been deemed to be mentally deficient. In the explanation of Mental Deficiency Bill in 1929, the Western Australian Minister for Public Health gave examples of children who have been made wards of the state because of mental deficiency in their family background. I mean, just come and get them. Or, like someone struggling, some family struggling because their child has these handicaps. So someone like Darren will come in as the so-called saviour and take that child away and give him child slavery and become ward of their state. The Forgotten Australians report in 2004 noted that the state wards are more likely to have had records created about them. And we've got plenty of documents with Shane's records. So the record of state wards are held by state territory government departments. These records, wait for this one, are generally closed to the public access for 99 years. Now 99, 3 times 3, right? You can see the masonry words in that number 99. However, access is available to former wards and their families. Later in the 20th century, the language of child protection legislation changed. The word ward is replaced by the term such as a child in need of protection. So that's why this place is quite creepy in retrospect. I mean, because everything that they said, it wasn't. It was far from it. The amount of abuse that was done on these grounds is it's just horrific. It goes beyond comprehension. No one will ever be able to comprehend or put their shoes in the individuals that were placed in these areas. So it was important that you got a complete understanding of how the system actually ran. And thanks, and we'll continue. Darrick Boys, which was once Darrick Boys. You'll see that it's now a jail, and we'll just pretty much tie up a little bit more about Darrick. Shane spent it for quite a considerable time at Darrick's as well, but Darrick has acquired a dark history, particularly amongst the victims of the Royal Commission. We had 1.5 million
palm trees
children go through Darrick Boys' home. Yeah.
Gargoyles on the gates.
And a lot of the heinous stuff happened at Darrick, but now it's a modern day prison, and it's changed dramatically. It's not what it used to be. So we'll go out there and...
I don't think we'll be able to film on the grounds.
Yeah, no, you can. We drove last time, but there's not a lot to see. It is just a prison. Obviously, Shane can't be with us now, and I think he's called it a day, understandably, because it would have been, it's been an emotional day for Shane to go any further. So what we'll do is we'll tie up Darrick Boys' home. I've got a few notes here that kind of outline some of it, and I think it would be fitting just to finish off there because it's...
in 600 metres, turn left onto 3rd Road.
It is quintessential to the Royal Commission. Darrick is pretty central to it all. So, and I can understand Shane not wanting to come here at all, you know, so a lot of the hardcore stuff did occur.
Take the next left onto Third Road.
Know that over 25-year period, 1,850,000 Australian men were used, experimented on electroshock therapy, bashed, raped.
Take the next right onto
just one place.
And they also tortured as well, men.
Tortured.
You know,
drive them down.
Cut, you know, boys' penises off and all sorts of things.
Oh yeah.
You know,
disgusting.
It was just disgraceful.
Continue on Landilo Road for 1.5 kilometres.
And you know, our government has just built a dirty big jail around it. And I wouldn't be surprised if those old buildings still exist, but within the confounds of the jail. We're almost here too, so we're not far away.
Yeah, no, it's just got a,
Take the next left onto Richmond Road.
When you know somewhere like that, it's just been a place of torture. It leaves a print.
The day with Shane today, just the weight of everything, you know, like, even though we've never been the victims of it, but I don't think we'll ever understand it, you know, from a, you know, sort of an emotional perspective.
Continue on Richmond Road for 2 kilometres.
The way I see it, it seems to be that they've got a quota, like 242 kids a day or whatever it is now. They've got a quota of kids they need to keep the machine running. And once those kids get in that system, they get so messed up, like the foster system, they're so messed up, they're abused, they're sexually abused, they're emotionally abused. Then they end up in jail.
Yeah, well, they almost feed the system.
It's feeding the system. It's like a cycle. They know, you know, most of the kids that go into these places, they're going to learn all the bad stuff. It's like jail, you know, you go to jail to learn to become a criminal. You might go in there for, you know, weed or whatever, and you come out, you're a heroin dealer. Or, you know, doing armed robs and stuff like that, because you meet all the players in there. They teach you all the systems.
And the question always is, who are the masterminds of criminality? You know, we used to think there's the small-time player on the streets, but it's not. It's the big end of town. That's the oil-drilled machine that people aren't familiar with. Right? It's our corporations. It's our institutions.
First exit onto the Northern Road, A9.
Do you reckon I drive in? What time is it? Is it shift change time?
No, 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock usually.
These ones here, you know? You reckon?
Yeah, inside there. Yeah. So as you can see, Derek Boy's home is now one big penitentiary.
Do you reckon I drove further around? Because we only sort of went to
Well,
there's
female as well as male, and they're divided. So they have female prisoners as well as male prisoners here. Because I remember when I was standing out here, some girl was calling me up in that side.
Turn left, then your destination will be on the right.
Turn it off.
What's this down here? Oh, this must be the main building. So we didn't
take
some older buildings over there too. Oh, how embarrassing for you. It's a funny good thing.
So this is John Moroni Correction. So that must see how it's all different. You got like children's, probably, you know, children's section, then you got the girls section, then you've got, it's divided. And you probably have, like hardened criminals, like say, this could be like,
treating everyone with respect and dignity. Oh, yeah. It's a big joint, mate.
It's huge.
I'll drive down here. This is Jeffrey Pierce.
Okay, Belinda, we find ourselves now here at, what's this penitentiary called?
Darrock.
Well, we call it Darrock. Okay, so we're actually now where Darrock Boys Home used to be, or Correctional Centre used to be. And if you look behind us, it's now become, I guess, one of Sydney's largest jails right now.
A lot of people work here.
Yeah, so, Dysfunction Junction is riding high in this country. I wonder why.
Yeah, well, it
So-
started a long time ago.
We've obviously had our experience now at Warrington Park and then spending some time with Shane. And I guess this is the sort of final leg of our journey at the moment, where we continue to carry on. The next documentary will probably be along the lines of pharmaceuticals. But we find ourselves now at Darrock, where we want to sort of wrap it up and sort of just bring home some of the atrocities. As we know, Darrock Boys Home was probably one of the largest neglecting parts of Australian history in terms of what they did to the kids.
Over 25 years.
25 years, yeah.
They've ruined a lot of lives.
They have indeed. Now, just for a bit of history, I mean, Darrock was actually created in 1960. It went to the length of 1985. And our understanding is it was 1.8 million children that have entered these walls during that period of time. Now, we know that it's quite synonymous amongst the Royal Commission. And you talk to anybody of anyone, and particularly any of the survivors, the Forgotten Australians, they'll all tell you that they've all had time, particularly the male contingent, had time here at Darrock. So, what are your recollections and what are your knowns of this at this stage?
Well, from some of the interviews I've listened to with Stephen Masters and Tim Roy, it's a pretty horrible place. They're experimented on. They were given drugs. A lot of them have had cancer since. So pharmaceutical ties again. As Shane said, there was no training here.
No.
It was digging coal every day.
That's right. Apparently there was, a coal station nearby, and those kids were actually put to slave labor.
Yeah, dug coal all day.
Yeah. And from the ages of what, 10 and younger, just horrific crimes of this nation. And, just unforgivable, unsurmountable damage. Now, it's obvious that Shane isn't here on the last leg.
I think Shane's had a big day.
Yeah. And you can understand that anyone that's actually had that level of trauma, it's not easy to face, these poor souls are still damaged, and I made it very, very clear, obviously, when I was in Canberra that, we need to heal their souls and restore these individuals. What are your thoughts on that?
We've got a lot of broken men in Australia.
Yeah.
We've had, wars. We've had children put into these places for really no reason at all, just under the government acts. We know now every day 242 children a day are still being taken by docs under the same bullshit, basically saying, the parents aren't doing their jobs. The family law courts are sealed.
Yeah.
If the parents speak out, they say, look, she's emotional.
Yeah.
They write false reports. The police don't disclose what the children have told them. And then they end up in a place like this, and it just goes from bad to worse.
And let's not forget, even during COVID time, that they made the parents take the inoculation to be able to at least visit their loved ones that were actually in penitentiary.
they made all the children in care get COVID-19 injected as well.
Yeah.
Which is an experimental gene therapy, as we know.
And I've spoken to a few former prisoners now that are, in this current lifetime, and they were also forced into it as well.
Unless they stayed in their cells.
Yeah.
I have a friend, he was in his cell for 8 months. The only person he saw was the guy that came in to unblock the toilet because he refused to get the jab. He couldn't leave his cell.
So it'd be fair to say that the ward of the state still exists, but in a different format.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still here, hasn't changed.
Once you're theirs, you're theirs.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they want.
And you're in a place where they're saying they're caring for you, Frank.
Mm.
Oh, we're caring for these children, but these children are 4 times more likely to have harm done to them.
Yeah.
In the government care.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the government's not a good parent.
Oh, definitely not. But, let's look at some of the history now. I've obviously got some notes here because sometimes it's difficult to remember everything. But let's go into a bit of the history of Darrick, right? Because obviously we're here. And we've already outlined, so we're talking 25 years of severe abuse in this country, led by Alistair Webster. Webster.
That name's familiar.
Yeah. Now, Alistair Webster ran Darrick at the time, but now 60 Minutes did an expose on 3 gentlemen. And it's up there on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it, where they kind of outlined, who were the main players. Now, Webster eventually became heavily politicized. He got into the political arena because this is what happens in this system of ours, is that you get a handshake deal. So you can cause as much atrocity as you friggin' will like, but we're going to look after you. Let's not forget ourselves. They caged these children. Now, this was known as a pedophile ring. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's get to the real nuts and bolts. It was a known fact that pedophilia ran really high in this entire, establishment. Now, it's funny how we've got a penitentiary right here. It's almost like one feeds the other,
Oh, yeah. It's a feeding system.
It's a feeding system. And so, these kids were often handed out on regular basis.
Yeah, they used to get little weekends away and stuff.
Yeah.
Visitors.
Now, they used to have a sort of a solitary confinement area, or an isolation room for punishment. Now, punishment could be anything from wetting your bed, for instance, which I'll go into further detail anyway. Or, the most minuscule of a child literally just being a child was punished for literally being a child through the fear of God or whatever it was, you know what I mean? And they named the solitary confinement, it was called boob.
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 Why would you call it boob?
Like a mother's breast.
Mm.
And that was the nickname for it. So, like Alistair Webster that was his nickname. It was called the boob. Now, he often watched a lot of the kids being belted. He literally orchestrated the kids being harmed by the older kids. And they were always told, make sure that they don't hit the face so the bruises wouldn't be seen. Right? That's how callous, this whole operation is. And what would happen in the middle of the night? Now, say you wanted to go to the bathroom. You were made to stand and then wait for one of the officers to lead you to your bathroom. And 9 times out of 10, you were probably raped by that officer.
Or wet the bed.
Or wet for wetting the bed of sheer...
scared to go to the toilet. You were going to get raped.
Raped, exactly. So, there was nowhere for these kids to turn whatsoever.
And no one believed.
No one believed them.
Even now.
Even now, like 60 Minutes did an expose on 3 men. But what's happened since?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Been swept under that big carpet we have in Australia.
That's right. The one that's actually almost falling apart.
It's a bit tatty.
Yeah.
Bit threadbare now.
And this is what our nation does, is it just sweeps everything under the carpet and they don't want to know about it.
No, they push it onto the churches.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
The churches. Not the government. The government wouldn't do that.
No,
It's the churches.
no. Let's not.
No.
The churches already have a track record of it, so let's just steer it over there.
No. The media tend to do that.
That's
doesn't it?
right.
The media tend to focus on the churches.
So now often when the cases when the children were injured or, they had to go and see a doctor or they were literally on their deathbed, they were sent to Windsor Hospital, which now these days doesn't exist. It was almost like an old house.
Just to get rid of them.
Yeah, well, who knows? And what we've found and what we're discovering now, there's no record keeping whatsoever.
No, I believe there's a lot of records lying around.
There's a lot of records laying around in certain empty buildings and all the rest of it, but, we don't know where they are. Now, the records that have been given out to the victims, right? It's just hogwash.
Well, they don't make sense.
No, they've just lied. It's like a bunch of lie after lie after lie. So, these organisations got paid handsomely for doing the government's lying for them.
A lot of money involved.
Isn't it funny how society... What does life cost these days? I wonder,
it's, if your baby dies after being jabbed and it's been proven, you get about $250,000 for your baby.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing going wrong in Australia at the moment, is there?
No, everything's fine in Australia, Frank. Yeah, you just look over there.
Yeah.
Watch football.
It's a lucky country, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is.
It's so lucky.
Except we have the highest percentage of sexual abuse in the world,
Yeah.
Frank. In the world.
39%.
Well, 39% of pedophiles don't spend a day
Day in jail.
Why is that, do you reckon?
99-year suppression order, perhaps?
Well, the 99-year suppression order, there seems to be a lot of those. We've got the Mulligan Report.
That's right.
The Wood Royal Commission. They're all suppressed.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's people in high places that don't want to be named. Or they're just hoping everyone will be dead in that time frame, not to investigate it.
Mm. And so, we'll protect your dirty laundry for you.
Yeah.
We'll keep the dirty old secrets. Stuff the victims.
Oh, the victims, no, but they don't care about the victims.
No, that's right. And if we can still get away with it,
oh, we will.
We will.
Yeah, that's exactly what's been going on. And many people have spoken out.
Yeah.
We've had good people speak out about it, but they all seem to disappear.
Funny that.
It's a bit funny that, isn't it?
Mm.
Where do they go? It's almost like they've been threatened.
Yeah.
And shut down. I suppose it's this child trafficking business in Australia is big bucks. It's about $9.5 billion a year.
It's a massive industry.
It's more than the arms industry.
You and I have done a fair bit of travel in our times.
We have.
What do you think? Why do you think we're doing this?
Because I think it's time someone shines a light on what's really happening.
Yeah.
And it's time for all the victims to come forward, and it's time for the whistleblowers to come forward. And we need to help these people heal.
Yeah, we do.
We really need to find ways to help these people heal. And as Shane said, a payment. What's a payment going to do?
It's not going to do anything.
What's an apology from Scott Morrison going to do?
Nothing. Until our nation accepts of these horrific crimes and becomes outraged enough to stand in their corner.
Mm.
I won't stop this fight until we find justice
We need justice.
for the victims. They need proper compensation, right? And you know what? A lot of them aren't asking for financial reward here. Their biggest problem is they've never been acknowledged.
Mm.
And so we need to really correct that. We need to correct it, and we need to correct it properly. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they are also rewarding of their financial losses completely from the day that they're actually picked up and institutionalized from day one. And anyone in our government establishments and anybody that put a lid on this thing, I want justice. And those who know me know the justice I'm looking for. I'm not looking for an inquiry. I'm not looking for another Royal Commission. I'm not looking for taxpayers' dollars. No, I'm talking about good old-fashioned constitutional crimes against humanity with a 23-man jury under constitutional law And if the military need to step in, I'm happy for them to do so. Anyone of harming of a child will have a millstone around their neck and thrown into the ocean. Now, it doesn't get any clearer than that. And I think, to me, it looks like God has spoken, because there's a massive kangaroo behind us, right?
There's some more. What?
Yeah. So, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Frank. Well, we're way over time. So
Yeah,
I
man.
suggest that, everyone take that in. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll answer some questions and we'll whack out some news. Is that okay, Frank?
Absolutely, Dave. No problems at all, brother.
Well done again, Frank. Absolutely brilliant. Belinda, Frogmouth. Thanks, Kazza
Yeah.
and Mel. And we'll see you tomorrow night, guys, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, listen up, Australia. We're standing on the edge. Time to rise, it's time to pledge. In the land down under where the sun glares bright, but shadows linger, can't escape the night. The cost of living keeps rising high. We're chasing dreams while the system asks us why. With fear as a weapon, they keep us in line, telling us to bow down, just drink the wine. Authority figures, they claim to be the guide, but behind closed doors, they're scheming with pride. Break free from the fear, it's time to resist. We're the voice of a